The idea is that they believe that men may feel emasculated or threatened if a woman is too successful, too confident, or too self-sufficient. And they also feel that it could relate in another sense to the fear of being outdone or overshadowed by their partner. Uh, Perhaps there's also an understanding from women that it's the perception that independent women don't need men as much, and that's daunting thoughts for some guys. Some people think that men are just not used to dealing with women who are confident and independent. They're not sure how to handle a woman who doesn't need them to feel complete. This mindset can lead to relationships where men feel like they need to care for their partners and to rescue them or to be their heroes. And when they encounter an independent woman who doesn't need any of that, it can be intimidating. Now, that's a lot of good thoughts, but I can definitely tell you that since men, from a man's perspective, men want a partner. Men look for companionship and they want a partner, someone that is going to aid them in their success. Men typically, the good men, typically take the desires, drives, and aspirations of all of the parties in the group and try to make them all successful unilaterally, which means that if you're career driven and he's career driven, he will support your career and try to support his own career. But very few times do we have relationships where women are actually supporting their man's career. When a woman wants to make a decision, the woman wants the support from her boyfriend or her husband. If a woman wants to build herself up, she wants the support from her boyfriend or her husband. But that is a one-sided mindset because those same women are not thinking, I should support my man's decisions. I should back my man's ambitions. I should bring more to the table to help my man succeed. And because we get from those independent women that they don't need a man and they're not trying to raise one. So since they're not his mother, they're not trying to be as supportive for him as they expect him to be supportive for her. And those type of women make a bad image for the self-sufficient woman, which is a woman that can do it for herself by herself. But when she elects a man to represent her situation, she allows that man to do things that he is capable of doing. And then when he's not capable of doing things, she does it on her own. There is a big difference between a woman that can do it on her own and just allows you to do it and say nothing versus a woman that will try to stop you from doing it for her and then throw it in your face that she can do it by herself and she doesn't need you as a man. They will sacrifice the team for individuality. A self sufficient individual will hold the fort down until backup arrives. A self sufficient individual will be able to maintain until reinforcements come. So if I'm at work and the situation ain't going right at the house, a self sufficient person will take care of things at the house. An independent person, if you were up for a promotion and that caused you to spend 1 month at the house out of the year, you would take that promotion and sacrifice your relationship. As soon as you think about that, you're like, oh, well, can a woman chase her career? She can. But the same way a career driven woman is not going to be able to dedicate herself to her relationship is the same way that a career driven man that does not have a supportive woman can maintain a relationship from a woman that is equally career driven. If you're living two separate lives, I mean, that's not how you work together as a team. You can have a full-time job where you both go to work on the same time of day and you both come back home from work on the same time of day and have different careers. But you also have those lives where you have one person that works while the sun is up and one person that works while the sun is down and they never cross paths. That relationship doesn't last too long because while you're at work, I'm asleep, and while I'm at work, you're asleep. We never see each other. we live in the same house, that makes us roommates. The relationship itself needs the time and the balance of both partners to be involved. And the overly tyrannical, we just got that comment in from one of the fans. The overly tyrannical behavior that we experience definitely puts men off. So, on the other hand, in contrast to the statements that were made earlier, uh, some men might see independent women as a threat to their own ego or masculinity, especially when we're dealing with that uh, verbal abuse, the controlling behavior, where a woman wants to be in charge or lead the man in order to feel like she's equal. A woman is capable of putting her opinions on the table.